All right, let's jump right in. If you look around today, it feels like we're facing a whole storm of crises at once, right? Climate, the economy, social divisions. It can all feel pretty overwhelming. But what if there's a way to look at all this chaos not as an ending, but as a beginning? Today, we're going to unpack a really powerful framework designed to do just that. It's called the Phoenix Paradigm. But first, before we can even talk about a solution, we have to get a real handle on the problem. And the thing is, we're not just dealing with a to-do list of separate issues. Nope, we're caught in something much deeper, a tangled condition some are calling the polycrisis. So what on earth is a polycrisis? Well, think of it like a giant tangled knot. It's when our problems stop being individual threads and start weaving into each other. An environmental crisis causes a refugee crisis, which then puts pressure on political systems. Economic stress fuels social unrest, which makes it impossible to agree on big, important things. It's a vicious cycle where every single problem makes all the other problems worse. And look, this whole mess didn't just happen by accident. It's really a symptom of some pretty fundamental breakdowns. Our big institutions, they don't really talk to each other. Our economy is often fundamentally at odds with the planet. Technology is moving so fast, we can't keep up. And socially, well, we feel more divided than ever. It's like we're stuck on a treadmill, making the same mistakes over and over again. Okay, I know, that's a pretty heavy picture, but here's where things get interesting. In response to this crazy, complex world, a new way of thinking is starting to take shape. It's the Phoenix Paradigm, and it's all about showing us a path out of this fragmentation and into a future that's way more connected and, frankly, a lot smarter. Now, this isn't just another think tank report or some new app that's going to save the day. It's a whole framework. It pulls together things like systems thinking, the science of collective intelligence, and a really deep shift in how we even approach working together. The whole point is to give ourselves a serious upgrade in our ability to coordinate. And that name, the Phoenix, is just perfect, because a phoenix isn't just patched up after a fire, right? It's literally reborn through the flames, and it comes back stronger and more whole. This paradigm is saying that maybe, just maybe, all these crises aren't just something to survive. Maybe they're the very fire we need to evolve. So where does a transformation this big even begin? A new world government? Some super advanced AI? Nope. It starts with us, with people. The entire framework is built on a human foundation, on fundamentally changing how we relate to each other and to the world around us. And this is the bedrock. This is the absolute core of it all. Conscious collaboration. I mean, think about how often our best efforts get totally derailed by ego, by fear, by old rivalries. Conscious collaboration treats working together as a skill we can actually learn and get better at. It's about growing the inner maturity we need to handle all this outer complexity. And what does that look like in the real world? Well, it's about developing some serious human skills. It's about seeing how everything is connected, really listening to people you disagree with, and even using conflict to spark new ideas instead of just fighting. And maybe most importantly, it's about having the humility to admit that none of us, not one person, not one group, has all the answers. Okay, so conscious collaboration sounds fantastic, but how do you actually do it? It can't just be about good intentions, right? And it's not. That's where a process called CERF comes in. Think of it as a practical recipe, a structured way to take all those high-minded ideals and make them real for a group of people trying to solve a tough problem. CERF is basically a 5-step roadmap to get from just talking to actually doing. It starts with number 1, getting the right people in the room. Then, step 2 is a deep dive, an exploration to build a shared picture of reality. For step 3, you actually map the system together, so everyone can see the moving parts. From there, you get to the creative part, step 4, collaborative design, and then finally, the payoff, step 5, coordinated action, where you build real, actionable plans together. All right, so we've got the human-to-human piece locked down. But how do you take that magic from a room of 30 people to a global scale? How do you connect thousands or even millions of us? That brings us to the next layer, the technology and the systems that make it all possible. This is the intelligence architecture. Once you have people who know how to collaborate, you can plug them into what's called the synergy engine. And no, it's not a machine with gears and pistons. It's a social and digital architecture that lets all these different efforts all over the world start reinforcing each other. It's how you get a situation where the whole is truly massively greater than the sum of its parts. So what does this engine actually do? Well, it helps a huge network perform some key functions. It helps everyone make sense of massive amounts of information. It helps everyone align around shared goals. It helps coordinate actions, builds trust, and, this is huge, it helps the entire network learn and evolve over time. It's what turns a bunch of scattered efforts into a single intelligent ecosystem. And to run a synergy engine like that on a global level, you need a powerful technological backbone. You need the pipes, the wiring, and that's the Phoenix platform. It's the actual digital infrastructure designed from the ground up to support this new kind of planet-wide teamwork. Just try to picture this, a shared digital space with tools that let you visualize incredibly complex systems, like the global food supply chain, a place where you can model future scenarios, integrate knowledge from thousands of sources, align funding, and even use AI as a partner to help you spot patterns no human could ever see alone. So let's just pause and put all these pieces together. You have the human skills of conscious collaboration, you have the step-by-step process of CERF, you have the tech backbone of the Phoenix platform. When you weave all that together, what you really get is something truly profound, a whole new operating system for civilization. And this quote right here, it just nails the entire spirit of the project. The point of all this tech, especially the AI, is not to replace us or automate us into oblivion. It's to augment us, to give us superpowers of perception and coordination so we can act more wisely together. This brings us to a really crucial distinction. We're not talking about an AI that becomes our boss. It's about AI as a partner. The source material even talks about AI mirror systems. Imagine an AI that doesn't tell you what to do, but instead shows you your own blind spots and biases in a conversation. It helps you become a better collaborator. At the end of the day, we, the humans, are always in charge of the ethics and the final call. And the big ultimate vision here is this idea of a planetary operating system. Now, before you panic, this is not a world government. Absolutely not. It's much more like the internet itself, a shared, neutral layer that lets everyone in every group connect and coordinate while still keeping their own identity, their own culture, their own sovereignty. It just makes collaboration possible. So when you boil it all down, this whole paradigm isn't just a cool theory. It's really presenting us, all of us, with a fundamental choice about the kind of future we want to build. We really have two paths in front of us. Path one is we just keep doing what we're doing. More fragmentation, more reacting to crises, and more of these cascading failures. Or there's the Phoenix path. It's definitely harder. It requires more from us. But it's a path where we intentionally choose to build our skills for collaboration and large-scale, intelligent coordination. And let's be super clear, the goal here isn't just to survive. It's not just about managing crisis after crisis. The goal is to build a truly regenerative civilization, one that isn't just less bad for the planet, but one that actively heals our ecosystems, rebuilds trust between people, and designs an economy that actually works with life, not against it. So we're left with this one final, powerful question. There's no doubt we're in the time of intense challenge, a kind of global trial by fire. And the question the Phoenix paradigm poses is this: can this crisis be more than just something we endure? Can it actually be our initiation into a wiser, more connected, and more mature version of humanity?